Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Who Wrote That Shopping List. I am Chris. This is the shopping list. Interesting viewer submission with this one. We'll get to it in just a minute. But first, you know the drill. Abandoned shopping list found. We go through it, try and figure out, make our best guess about who wrote it. And it's Christmas time, as you can tell. And before we get into it, before we get into the list, let's really celebrate the season. And there we go. All right, now we are at full power where we can deduce what is who wrote this list. So let's get into it. All right, let's take a look at this sent in list. We're going to start up at the top here like we always do. We have some chicken stock, and I love this. We need lots. We just need lots. There's no defined amount. We just need a lot of chicken stock. I don't know if this is related, the 14C at least. And then you can also see the title of the image, IMG 2596. That has nothing to do with the actual list, but that was just how it came through. So 14C at least, I don't know what that means when it relates to chicken stock, but we need a lot of it. After that, we have 8 apples, Granny Smith apples. Not a fan of the super tart Granny Smith apples. Give me a Golden Delicious apple. Give me a Honeycrisp apple. I know that one's kind of like has become the like the fad. Everybody wants the Honeycrisp apple, but yeah, give me a Golden Delicious every day. Oh, and that's a lot of apples. 8 apples is a lot. So I don't know what they're doing with that, but it does not pair well with garlic underneath it. Man, like terrific handwriting. I keep coming back to the fact that this is great penmanship. So nice job, whoever wrote this. We also have 6 pounds of butternut squash. That's a lot of butternut squash, but it looks like that one crossed out, so they got it. So that's good. And then, of course, sage, which is like the most in demand. Is spice the right word? It's the most in demand of the cooking spices right now this time of year. So I noticed that it's not checked off, so hopefully they got it. Then we have heavy cream and half. Need both of those. Clutch this time of year to make all the hearty stuff that everybody makes this time of year. We also have, I believe that's supposed to be grated parm. Love a good grated parm. Nothing wrong with that. It's not mozzarella, but you know, it fits in a lot of recipes and stuff. So definitely need that grated parm. 5 oranges. Don't know what we're making with 5 oranges, but you know, here we are. So it's important for 5 because that's circled, so you know it's a big deal. Then we have some rosemary. Back up to the cooking spices, because it's interesting that that's not together with the sage up there. There's several things in between. And then just cider. We just need some cider. And so apple cider, I'm assuming, not hard cider. So, you know, this is definitely a very fall time list is what I'm gathering. And then underneath here, we have some stuffing mix, cornbread herbs, which is the best. I would eat that, you know, in friggin' August. Got nothing against some stuffing mix. Give me them herbs. Give me that cornbread stuffing mix. And then a different kind of mix down here at the bottom. We got some Chex Mix. There's several different kinds of Chex Mixes that I learned. There's like 9 different kinds of Chex Mix that they make. I was still back at original. So what's your favorite kind of Chex Mix? I don't know. Is that a thing you can ask somebody? You know, what's your favorite kind of Chex Mix? I wish that would become the new, like, what's your sign? Like, you know, hey girl, what kind of Chex Mix are you into? I don't know. It's probably not going to take off. That's the end of this column. But we're going to go up to the second column here where we've got 5 pounds of spuds. I feel like that's a nickname for somebody. 5 pounds of spuds is a tremendous nickname and should not go unutilized. So if you have a friend and you want to confuse them a little bit, you give them a nickname. Give them 5 pounds of spuds. We also have 32 ounces of, I don't even know, criminy or white button shrooms. I like how they don't even say mushrooms. They're just shortening it to shrooms, which I guess that means that they need another trip after the grocery store. They're going to go meet somebody who gives them their shrooms. And then last but not least on this, 1/2 pounds of sweet sausage. That sweet sausage. So that rounds out the list here. And so we're going to take a look at everything like all together. You can see the shadow of my hand, but I'm going to move that so we can get a good look. Starting back at the top. And it's pretty obvious to me what this list is all about. It seems to all have a common theme together with it. There's a lot of cooking elements. There's a lot of, the baking aisle, and a lot of seasonally popular items. So this list was turned in and submitted to the show, funny enough, by my mother, who found it. You can see that it looks like it's had some better days. It was deposited at the bottom of her driveway. And so after a few days of it being there, she finally was getting ready to throw it away, and she realized it was a shopping list. So it ended up here. So thanks, Mom. And now we're going to take all of this information and we are going to take it into our final guess. All right, so this one, I know there's a lot going on. We got the snow coming down. We got all the lights going on. Very Christmassy, very wintry. And I think despite that, I think this gives off very Thanksgiving vibes. I feel like this is a Thanksgiving list that somebody has. They're putting together their Thanksgiving, what they're going to make, and they're having people over. Because I firmly believe, as sexist as it may be, generally speaking, I know not in every case, but I think that women have better handwriting, better penmanship than most men, just, overall. And so I think this is a woman who is having people over for Thanksgiving. And so she has a bunch of what I call these raw materials to make these Thanksgiving dishes that she has decided that she's going to make. So I think this is getting ready for Thanksgiving. So tell me in the comments if you think that I'm right, if you think that I'm wrong, if you have a better guess based on what you see here. If you know what this 14C at least is, I don't know. I don't buy a lot of chicken stock. I don't buy a lot of stock in chicken. It's a terrible joke. Please don't like that. But yeah, please, the channel, give it a like, give it a subscribe so you don't miss any more shopping lists or wrestling memes with El Pathetico, who is quickly becoming the everybody's favorite TN2M show host. We're falling to the wayside because El Pathetico is taking over. And as always, on Fridays, we have Sit Down Stand Up. We have a bunch more coming later this year. Which, even though it's pretty much the end of the year, so probably next year we're going to have a bunch more. So make sure to like this video and subscribe, turn on the notifications so you never miss anything. And if you find a shopping list much like this, like my mom did, way to come through for me, Mom. I appreciate you as always. Send us your lists. I'll go over them. We'll make our best guess. Otherwise, we will continue to show lists that I find, and you can tell me if you think I'm right or wrong. So until next time, this is Chris for Who Wrote That Shopping List.